Hey everybody, this is RaikouRider, and welcome to my newest Let's Play series. If you're counting from when I started my new channel, this is the third series that I've begun since the move. Well, the third new series anyway. I'm still going to be uploading old series for quite some time, because I have quite a bit of content to move still. Like 15-ish Let's Plays, some other random videos I'd like to move. This was one of my childhood favorites growing up. Came out in about the middle of the Game Boy's life cycle. I don't know why Nintendo decided to give this game the subtitle Super Mario Land 3, because Mario only really makes a cameo in this game. The real title of this game is Wario Land, and this actually spawned its own series that made it all the way to the Game Boy Advance era. All four games in the series are pretty good, but this game probably offers the most challenge out of the four. It's a more traditional platformer where, I know in 2 and 3 Wario's actually immortal, and in 4 there really weren't lives or anything. This game is just a good, clean, fun treasure hunt. I'm going to be doing probably 3 stages per video, more or less if the situation at hand calls for it. I'll try to explain the mechanics of the game and your goals as we go, so let's get started. This is the world map screen. There are several different locales in this game, each sporting usually 5 or 6 stages. Some have more, some have less. But let's get started with Rice Beach, the first world of the game. There are 6 stages here, one of which is hidden, and we won't be able to unlock until we actually beat the world. In this update, I'm going to be covering stages 1 through 3, so let's get started with stage 1. I'm playing this particular game on a Super Game Boy for the color enhancements that it offers. Fun fact, the Super Game Boy was actually the first emulator ever produced. And it's a legal one. No, emulators don't have to be illegal. The Virtual Console is an emulator. The way PlayStation does their games on PSN, those are emulators as well. Because that's really the only way to play those games without completely redoing the coding, apparently. Earlier I picked up a garlic power-up. That's like your mushroom from the Super Mario series. If you take a hit as any form of Wario, you'll become small, and a garlic power-up will restore you to your standard size. If you pick up a second one while you're large, you turn into Bull Wario, which can break blocks with one hit, hang in the ceiling if you hold up, and he can smash the ground, which will create essentially a ground pound effect. And it stuns enemies, flips them over automatically so you can ram them. And ramming enemies is the only way to get coins from them. Coins are very important in this game. Not in the sense that they give you lives, they don't give you lives in this game, unlike pretty much every other, Mario platformer. Coins actually determine the ending you get, so you want to collect as many as you can. Unfortunately, the bull helmet will not let you pound face blocks. You have to hit them from below, or you have to slam them with your with the tackle that Wario has in like every game. If you are already Bull Wario when you have a helmet, when you pick up a garlic rather, it'll give you a heart instead. Each heart pickup you get gives you 10 hearts. Each enemy you kill gives you 1 heart. Every 100 hearts gives you an extra life. Can't do anything about this yet. We'll have to come back here later. I believe that doesn't open up until after you beat stage 5. Stages 1 and 3 change quite dramatically after you beat stage 5, but I might be getting a little bit ahead of myself. I do plan on showing most of the secrets in the game, if not all of them. There might be a few I miss from time to time. Okay, we're coming up to the end of the stage. Pay attention to what this guy does. You see that little plate in the background that says up B? If you hold up and then press the B button, you'll have Wario produce a 10 coin piece. You're going to have to throw that into this coin slot at the end of each stage, except this one where the game does it for you. And voila, first level done. At the end of each stage, you'll get the chance to play 2 minigames. You can play a coin-based minigame, or you can play a heart-based minigame. The heart-based minigame has 3 difficulty levels, each of which cost an increasing number of coins, but the higher the difficulty and the better you do, the more hearts and potentially extra lives you can get. However, I prefer the coin minigame. It's pretty simple. One of the buckets has a coin bag in it, and the other has a 10-ton weight. If you select the coin bag, then your coins double. Like that. You can repeat this up to 3 times, but if you pick the 10-ton weight, your coins get halved. The reason why I like playing this game is it has a high expected value over the long term. I'm going to explain that both in a future update and in video descriptions as they come. Come on, perfect. Cool! Awesome, 480 coins right off the start. This is going to be a good Let's Play, I can already tell. Another thing I'm going to do is with the Super Game Boy enhancements, this doesn't have built-in ones, but there was this little, not booklet, but this book that NOA mailed you, 72 pages, that came with a bunch of color suggestions if you were using Super Game Boy. I believe this was mailed pretty shortly after the Super Game Boy was released in '94, looks like, if I have my history correct. And it has a bunch of color suggestions for each world. And I'm going to be using those, and if you're playing along on a Super Game Boy, I'm going to provide the passwords for producing these color combinations. If you're playing on an emulator such as VBA, you can also recreate what the Super Game Boy does. You're just going to need to know it in RGB format instead of the 12-character password that the Super Game Boy uses. Although that's pretty easy to do, just take a screenshot of the video and get the 4 colors out of it. And you can just put it in an image editor and get the colors that way. It's not difficult to do. And if you don't get it exact, you should get it pretty close. We are going to encounter, I believe, both of the other new power-ups in this stage. One of them I really don't care for because it makes getting coins more difficult, but the other one is the equivalent of the cape. If you remember the cape from Super Mario World, which completely broke the game. And the power-up in question does break the game pretty badly. That's it. We're going to pass on that for now so I can demonstrate the other power-up. Don't get me wrong, that particular power-up is useful, just not as useful as the one that I passed on. It's this one. If you grab this particular potion, I want to call it, it transforms you into Dragon Wario. If you press the attack button, you will shoot out a spray of fire, which will kill just about anything. And you can just plow through blocks of enemies like this, but you won't get any coins for it this way. This is the power-up that I like. The Jet Helmet. You can use this to fly short distances, but a trick that I like doing is just as it expires, if you double-tap the fire button, you can actually... what is it? Yeah, if you double-tap the fire button, you can actually restart your climb, or whatever it is, in midair, and it's ridiculous. You can fly pretty much infinitely this way, and it's not hard to perform at all. That statue I skipped was not the end of the level. If you throw a 10-coin piece into it, you will, what is it? It's a midway marker, essentially. Don't throw me into those spikes. I believe that's just a coin, yeah. There's another secret... There's actually a secret passage in this level I want to show you guys. It's pretty ingenious. I don't know how I found this as a kid, but if you fire your jet helmet from... Oh, you have to... Not from there. You can do it, I guess, from here, too. Yeah. If you soar all the way up here, you can find a hidden passage. And there's bunches and bunches of coins you can get here, and coming out of here as well. I don't want to get that because I want to keep my jet helmet. Don't touch those spike guys, I forget what they're called, but they're insta-kills. Now let me show you a neat little trick that the game tells you about later on. Crap. Well, that was stupid. I can't even show it now. Oh well. I'll get a better chance to show it in stage 5. But there's tons and tons of coins up here. I do need to be careful though, because I can't take any more hits without dying. The timer can also be an issue in this stage if you're trying to explore everywhere. I think I'm just going to go to the end of the stage. Yeah. Yeah, you can't charge as Small Wario either, so be careful. This is the statue you need to throw a coin into. You can also walk up to them and you won't have to worry about aiming. If you're small at the end of the stage, it'll make you big. Not too big a deal. We haven't run into any of the game's real mechanics yet. Wow, 4 for 4, this is awesome. Now, the only time that you shouldn't play all 3 games is if you have more than 125 coins. If you have more than 125 coins at the start of the first round, then if you go times 4 after the second round, then you should quit because it's not worth losing the coins. Wow, this is very unusual luck. I'm normally not anywhere near this lucky. Although I'll probably have it coming later on. Oh, see that little vault underneath our coins? We're going to start filling that with treasures. Not now, but eventually. And you'll see the purposes of those in a bit. I don't think there are any treasures in the first world that we can get right now. But once we beat the first world, we can come back. Okay, see how that marker is different? How it's got 2 circles instead of 1? There are 2 exits in this stage. There's a secret exit that actually takes us to level 6, but we can't access it yet because Rice Beach hasn't flooded yet. This is the other stage that changes. These crabs are a new enemy. You need to slam them from behind. If you try to slam them face on, you'll take a hit. And if you hit them while they're retreated into their shells from any angle, you'll take damage as well. The dragon helmet is probably at its best underwater. I would really like to pick up another power-up, though, so I can start collecting coins. There are invisible blocks, such as right here. Let me get these coins. Hey, notice how that one quicksand goes to the bottom of the screen? Hey, look what we have here! Secret passage! Most secret passages just have a bunch of coins in them, but some have more important things, and I don't think we've run into any instances of that until the next world. No coins in all those blocks. Tough crowd today. Did I miss anything back here? Yeah, I'm going to try to explore each level as much as I can. There's a lot of hidden stuff in here, tons of replay value. I never really got to show this off in the first stage it was featured in, and I don't like doing it because it costs you coins, but this is how you activate the midway points. Now, if you get killed, instead of going back to the beginning of the stage, you'll go back here. This can also be useful on the longer stages where time is more of an issue, and there are stages where you can pretty easily run out of time. Like, the first one that comes to mind is stage 17. That stage is absolutely huge. Thankfully, you don't need to finish it to beat the game, but it's still really long. Down here, muncher plants. I think there's just, I'm pretty sure there's just hearts down here. Maybe a garlic pot or something. Yeah, garlic pot here, which is basically a heart at this point. So my folks are a lot more accepting of my channel now that they've seen the influx of revenue and really how the YouTube Partner Program works. I don't think I'll ever get to the point where I'll be able to do near as much as like NCS or any of the superstars are. See, we can't quite get up there yet. But that'll change once we finish this world. Well, here we go. This is the end of the third stage. And that'll about do it. I tell you what, I'll just go ahead and demonstrate the second game. You have 3 courses to pick from. The C course is the easiest, the B course is the middle, and the A course is the hardest. The A course is pretty much luck because of how erratic the enemies move. So I'll play the B course. It's bomb range. You want to time your button presses to get the maximum amount of power and time them to hit the enemy, just like that. The more successes you get, the greater your prize will be. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, if your button press is too late, you'll wind up doing things like that, and it's really frustrating. Late? Nope, got him. Cool. And if you get it right on, you can hit even the guys in the A courses consistently. But it's very hard to get the gauge all the way at the end. Okay, so 3 successes is 1 extra life. I'll take it. If you get 5 successes in the A course, I think you get like 50 up. It's crazy. I don't think I've ever done it. Well, I think that'll about do it for this update. Join us next time on Let's Play Wario Land when we start Stage 4 with a pretty stark contrast to the last 3 stages. See you next time.